Welcome to the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. I'm Heath, and it's time to get into the bite. All right, folks, welcome to the show. The one-stop shop for everything local fishing. We're going to go over what's biting, who's catching it, where it's being caught. We're also going to cover your future marine forecast, the moon phase, the tide charts, and all that goodness that helps you keep in the bite. All right, so this week we got no news from the FWC, nothing from NOAA. The only thing that is really going on is the weather. We are heading towards summer, and it's going to be hot. So, but we did have a little cool down this past yesterday. A front came through, so it's a little cool. Anyway, yes, so let's get right into the fishing report. Let's talk inshore. We got some interesting catches inshore this week, and we're going to start out with up on the northwest. We got Blake. He caught a mess load of Spanish mackerel from up in Tampa. Here we go. This is Blake right here. That's one of his nice catches. These are this is inshore fishing up on the west coast. Caught nice. He said he got 10 big ones. So there we go. That is Blake, and Blake has a YouTube channel. It is called the West Coast Fishing Channel. If you want to check it out, go on ahead. Looks like a boatload of fun to me, man. Spanish mackerel, that's some good eating right there. So up north on the west coast, the Spaniards are still running around. All right, what else do we got inshore? Inshore, snook. The snook are still biting. We got a nice picture of snook. Let me find it here real quick. The Facebook page is all over the place today. It's good when I gotta hunt and find stuff. So let's see. I know we got a snook. Bear with me. There we go. This is Gary. Gary got himself a nice snook. Let's show it. It's like a tiny picture, but anyway, we can still show it. For some reason, it's not pulling up real big, but here we go. There it is. Yeah, that's about as big as I am right now. Yeah, I don't know why. Let me see. Maybe we can make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Come on, Gary. That's as good as it's getting. Nice snook from Gary. Did not give any information on that. Let's keep moving forward. So your snook are still biting, right? So we got Spaniards on the west coast, Spanish mackerel. Of course, that is what I mean. I don't want to offend anybody. And the snook are biting. We have a pilchard run going on too, by the way. So, if you're wondering what everything's biting on, go get those pilchards. All right, we got a look down here out of the mangroves. This is John. There you go. Look downs. Don't ever turn this fish down, man. That's a good pan-fried fish. That's some great eatings. Nice there. Good job. All right, so that's out of that. Obviously, this is another inshore fish, so look down, right? Those aren't too much of reefs. They hang out by piers and everything. So, very interesting inshore catches this week. Stuff that we don't always typically see, but hey, good stuff. All right. So let's move on to our reef, right? But just to recap, Spanish, snook, look downs. And again, the pilchard run is on. So if you're looking for live bait, get a sabiki rig, get a cast net. You can put some chum in the water if you go shallow by the beaches, and you can get in a boat close enough and load up on them, because when we go over our reef and the other stuff, I will tell you what is munching on them, and I've seen it big time. All right, let's continue. Stay focused. The reef is on fire. I got to tell you, man, we got some great action. I'm going to start off. Somebody posted an awesome fish. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be great. It's a big cobia. I got to find it up. Here it is. This is Mike Sharp. He caught a cobia off of a whale shark. Caught her on a live pinfish. Let me show you the fish here. I guess a whale shark was swimming by, and he saw the cobia and took advantage. Threw a live pinfish to it, 40-pounder. Check that out, man. Man, that's a nice fish right there. Let's zoom in. That's a solid fish right there. This is Mike Sharp. All right, good fish. So over to reef, obviously, cobia. Is it a consistent bite or what's going on? That I'm not so sure of. Not seeing too many posts of them. Let's talk mutton snapper. Here we go. This is Frank off Duck Key, 160 feet. Nice mutton. Yes, definitely a double-digit mutton, so the mutton bite is still hanging out. They're still chewing. So we got some good reef fish, right? These are quality reef fish. These aren't grunts and blue runners. We're talking blue mutton. We're talking cobia, mutton snappers, big mutton snappers. Let's see what else we got going on. If we got any random reef fishing going on. Here's some other. This is Robert Waite. He posted this. So he caught a couple of fish, and we can just go in it. Nice keeper red grouper right there. And then he also got that's a solid blackfin, okay? So I was telling you that the pilchard runs are going on. Everybody's asking me, hey, how do I go and get the tuna? They're not biting anything that I'm really trolling. I'm not getting any hits. I'm getting skunked trolling in and out. Right now, there's a massive feeding of pilchards happening. And the issue is that they are gorging on these pilchards, which is why they're avoiding your trolled up lines right now. So if you're getting skunked, just consider that. Go in and get some live bait. Let's see if he said anything about this. I know Robert did say something about all these fish. All right. He got these two fish. He says he got them in between Boca and Highland Beach. Also got a couple of small blackfins and a false albacore, the bonita. And then he moved in shallower and got the grouper, moved back out, and then got the 19-pound blackfin tuna, the BFT. All right, so there we go. Then he also got a couple of short grouper mutton, but nevertheless, tons of action for him. Great day out on the water. All right, then we move back, and we shall go over this week's postings and see what we got here. Let's move back to our reef, and let me pull up my notes just so I can gather my thoughts. So, okay, again, this is our little, the struggle is real here. We had people that were getting skunked, heading out 2 days, getting nothing. And, it happens. Like I tried telling people, when you're fishing, sometimes current's necessary, especially if you're in shallow over a reef. And if you got no current, the bite is going to be very rough. Or if you're drifting or anything, the bite's still going to be, still going to be tough. Current's an issue, right? And then again, the live bait right now. So just can keep that in mind, right? So let's keep going on. This is Danny. Danny sent in this looks like a picture from a reel. Well, we can look at it anyway. He's got some solid mangrove snappers and muttons and one lane going on in there. Great catch for Danny. What else do we got on our reef? I know we got some yellowtail action going on. Here we go. Let's see. Gene Stein. Some nice kings, little strawberry, porgy, and 3 yellowtail. So there we go. There's your solid mixed bag over to reef. Let's see if we got any information on that one. Maybe, a little bit of intel always helps. Maybe he told something. Nope. Yes, he did. Let's see. He said it got rough after 2 p.m. Head back in. One of the kings, he got trolling, pink and white lure with a bonita strip and a $1.20. And the other king was on a live ballyhoo drifting in 120 on a balloon. This was caught off Oakland Park. So Fort Lauderdale area, the reef is doing well down there. Here we go. Another reef picture. This is from Nick. Bucket load of yellowtails. Nice red and a single dolphin. Perfect. Hey, man, good deal. Dolphin is, looks like he's just barely a keeper, but hey, man, barely a keeper is a keeper. Those are the best eating ones to me, man. Awesome. Anyway, great catch right there. So like you can see, the reef is alive and healthy and producing. So, you just, like I said, man, if there's no current, the going is going to be tough, but hey. All right. So that's our reef, right? We got that interesting catch, the cobia, which was awesome. Solid 40-pound cobia down in the Keys. We got mutton snapper, right? Mutton snapper are still happening. They haven't dropped off yet. I see lots of them being caught on. There's a Facebook page group called Mutton Mania, and people uploading them consistently. So the mutton bite is happening. Like I said, you know, a current. The best current for mutton snapper is a north current. So if your current is pushing north, that is the current that you want. Mangrove snappers, groupers, red groupers are biting, the kingfish, the porgy, and yellowtail. So, all right. So that's our reef, right? Always good spot. Good stuff if you're into reef fishing. All right. So now let's go on and talk a little bit deep dropping, right? Deep dropping blue line tilefish is still opening up. I'm still seeing good catches of them, whether you're out there slow pitch jigging them, or you know you're doing the typical deep drop with your electric reel. You can hand crank up blue line tilefish. They're about 500 feet, so don't be afraid. If you don't have the electric reel and that capacity, don't be afraid to throw on 2 pounds of weight, even 1.5 pounds. Drop down chicken rig and fish for the blue line tilefish. It'll take you a minute to get them back up once they bite, but still, it's not an impossibility if you don't have the electric reel. So don't let that scare you off. Also, vermilions and rosies, those are year-round things. Rosies are in 800 feet over rubble. Stay out of the mud. That's what the good ones are. Rosies, I saw somewhere call them the cockroaches of the sea. That's entirely wrong. Rosies are delightful to eat. So fill your box. There's no limit of it. You can catch 100 pounds of rosies. Interesting question, Heath. When are you going to get out and do some fishing? It would be good to see some pictures of my kids. I am recovering from abdominal surgery. I got hurt back in February 13th to be exact, Danny. And yeah, I'm as anxious as the rest of everybody to get back out. I see everybody catching, and my fear is that all the dolphin are going to be that big by the time I'm able to get out on my boat. But yeah, I got a couple more weeks. I'm going back to the doctor June 7th to be released back to, I guess, like full duty and see whatever advice he's going to give me, and probably tell me to take it easy for more weeks, which will kind of tick me off a little bit. I'm restless as it is, and yeah. So gotta get out on some other people's boats and help them out. And my boat, I gotta get my boat out too. I actually went to start it up the other day, and my tilt switch is having an issue. The motor doesn't want to go up and down. So it's always something. Anyway, let's see. Lots of Kenny Holiday, lots of good hot size mahi, $1.75 out of St. Lucie Inlet, southward. There we go, up north. So hey, cool. There we go. The mahi bite, perfect. Let's see what else we got. I really like how he shows me how to fish Southeast Florida. More real than the average Florida fisherman. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment. I'm just an average Joe, guys. I just like fishing. All right, let's move on with trolling, right? I'm really getting anxious to get back out on there. The more I do these live shows and I see everything that's going on. All right, so like we said, the mahi bite. Here we go. Let me pull up our pictures. This is going to be from Marathon. My buddy, Captain Alex, down in Marathon. Like I said, if you're ever down in the lower, Marathon's 50 miles south of Key Largo, and you're looking for a captain, hit me up. I can get you Alex's information. He can take you out and put you on the bike. Went out and got a, looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a limit out on dolphin for one customer. Perfect. Good to go. All right. Let's see what else we got going on with the trolling. Okay. So like I said, trolling, we are seeing lots of, like here, this is Chris, the mahi. Cool. And he's also got one of those nice solid jumbo sized tunas. This is what everybody's wanting to go after right now. How do I go get those big tunas? Again, what I've seen being the most effective at this point in time is getting those live pilchers out, floating them out, whether you drop them down to the bottom, fish that water column forward, because you're going to have to find a tuna. Big tunas like these are typically closer to the bottom, but don't take that as a rule. They swim the whole water column and they're fast. All right. Just came back from Marathon. Fishing was not so good. We did catch fish, but the yellowtail bite wasn't on. Sorry to hear that. this is something about that, Joseph. I've always said reef fishing is some of the more tricky fishing. Trolling is the easiest way to produce a bite. Reef fishing, man, there's so many different variables that can turn that bite on or off. So yeah, bear that in mind, man. Going for yellowtails, muttons, and everything. People say, "Oh, I want to catch these snapper. I want to catch these grouper." It's tricky, man. You could completely bomb out every time you go reef fishing. That's why I'm trolling. But yes, reef fishing can be tough, man. The winds change, the current changes, your tide changes. There's all sorts of variables that can literally put a hurting on your reef fishing and really bamboozle your day. Anyway, back to the trolling. Like I said, I call the tuna a trolling fish right now, but they are biting those live pilchards. So keep that in mind. All right, let's move forward. See what we got. Again, mahi, big tuna, kingfish on the troll too, and that's about it right there for all of our goodies. I did see a few wahoo caught, and sailfish also. I saw some guy out today. He was 30 minutes into his trip. He had already got, I believe, sailfish, blackfin tuna, rainbow runner. I think they were live baiting, either goggle eyes or pilchards, but they were having a fire day over the deep ledge of that reef. So that deep ledge of that reef is alive. And again, I'm not sure yet if you really got to head out, halfway to the Bahamas to find those mahi if you are. But, in between the deep ledge of that reef, $150 to $300 seems to be your best bet right now, where you can snag, your kingfish, the periodic wahoo. The wahoo bite should start firing up here again in June, hopefully, and the random sailfish and these blackfin tuna. It's the time of year for these blackfin tuna. They're going to come through. Those are the big fat females, and my favorite way to get in touch with those guys is slow pitch jigging. Always fun. It's a hell of a hit once they get going, and it's fun for everyone if you've never done any slow pitch jigging. All right, so that's our fishing, right? The reef's alive. The trolling is it's iffy, but it's still solid. And remember, like I said, if you're getting skunked, which I saw quite a few people saying, "Hey, I didn't get anything," it's because everything's gorging on pilchards. So piece of advice is consider filling up the live well. All right, let's move on to our weather report. So, like I said, last night, we had a front come through. So if you walked out the door this morning, you might have noticed it's been a little cooler than it was over the last week and a half. So what happened was our winds stopped blowing from the west, and they're now coming from the north, a little bit easterly, which causes that cool down. We've got low pressure to the south of us now, and a little bit of high pressure pushing it down. That's what creates this more moisture in the air. The wind coming from the ocean, it cools down our air. So that, if that makes any sense. And our local meteorologists are saying, it's going to be going to be nice the whole week. It's going to heat up a little bit as we approach the holiday next weekend. By the way, holiday, Memorial Day. So long weekend coming up for all of us who work all week. And I'll be honest with you, the weather outlook is only going to get better as the week progresses into the weekend. And it looks like it's going to be a full water weekend for everyone who wants to get out there and fish. And we're going to have a wind shift again towards the end of the week, where the wind's going to start blowing back from the west, and that's going to heat up our atmosphere again. All right, so let's look at our winds. Right now, like I said, northeast winds, right around, 10 miles an hour. Let's look at tomorrow morning. Again, still a little bit of an easterly flow, northeasterly flow, under 10 miles an hour. West Coast, same stuff. Down in the Keys, Everglades National Park down here, we are, in a dead zone. Chokoloskee, 10,000 Islands, and you've got your wind coming from the west. So out here, all off the Keys, is probably looking at some nice seas right there. Down in Miami, Biscayne Bay, nice Tri-County area. Good to go for tomorrow afternoon. The winds are going to pick up a little bit, but as we go over our waves and what's happening with the waves, you're going to see that we've got a northeast swell that was created by this front that just came in. Over on the west coast, again, the winds are going to actually be really agreeable for us pretty much all week. Okay, excuse me. Thursday, again, still from the northeast, less than 10 miles an hour. As we head further up north, it actually drops down a little bit up in the Vero. You're west coast, but you're on the leeward side of the island, so you're looking at pretty much a very nice day out there. Down into the Keys. Again, these are 5 miles an hour. The winds are 5 to 10 miles an hour. So we're looking at great days ahead of us. That's Thursday afternoon. Yeah, Inshore breeze picks up in a little bit in the afternoon. Not too bad. But again, like I said, just because the wind picks up a little bit does not mean that the waves automatically grow giant and obnoxious. Over here in the park, a little bit all the way up to the Big Bend. We've got a wind curving around, but still, you're looking at nice days ahead. Friday, this is the day where our wind is going to start shifting. Here we go. It's coming from the south. So down, Key West might be getting a little bit of issues down there in the Keys where the wind is heading directly at the islands. Your winds and your waves might pick up a little bit up there. But then again, these winds are, less than 10 miles an hour. So we're not bad. Out further offshore, out on the west coast, out here towards Pulley Ridge and stuff, it looks like it's going to be blowing a little bit. So, if you're planning a trip out there, just, bear that in mind. All right. Friday afternoon, winds start slowing down, coming from the northeast again, starting to swoop up. So Friday afternoon, we're looking like it's going to start slowing down some and stop. Saturday, our winds start curving up back towards the west. So again, this is what I was talking about, how we're going to warm up again. And this is only going to create more of that northeast swell. We're going to be looking at a northeast swell pretty much all week. Down in the Keys, you're looking beautiful. West Coast, Big Bend, all the way up to Naples and all over there, especially up here. Let's see. Middle Grounds is somewhere around here. Good trip to go take if you're doing that this weekend. Up north, Tri-County area, it's going to be lightweight stuff Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. The winds will shift. So, like I said, keep that in mind if you're fishing at Reef. A change in winds like this, man, can turn the reef bite off. It doesn't so much affect your trolling bite. All right, let's look at Sunday. Back towards the west again. That means we're going to get heated up under 10 miles an hour, 5 to 10 miles an hour. The further north you go, so we probably got an area of high pressure somewhere here going on that's creating this. Out west, looking good. Let's see. Tampa. This is where our buddy Blake with all the Spaniards around here, the Skyway Bridge and stuff like that, which is down around here. They're looking like they're going to have a nice day. All righty. Let's move on to Sunday afternoon. Again, the winds start to slow down. Actually, they pick up or they slow down? They're about the same. They're still 5 to 10 miles an hour. Let's look at Monday, Memorial Day, holiday time. Everybody get out there. So their winds pick up a little bit from the south, but they're still swooping out to the west. So we're going to have, a swell. Monday's looking like a nice day too. And then it even dies down a little bit as we go into the day, and it heats up. So your wind's actually going to let loose a little bit. Tuesday, same thing, coming from the west, lights up, 5 miles an hour, less than 5 miles an hour. Keys looking good, Big Bend looking good, Everglades National Park, 10,000 Island, Chokoloskee. Get out there and do it. Way out west up here, Middle Grounds, everything. Way over here, Pulley Ridge, man. Holiday weekend. Like I said, looking like a good holiday weekend. The weather is looking great for everyone. All right, so that's our wind Now let's go back to today. We will look at our waves and see what's happening. Then we'll check out our rain. So our waves today are 2 to 4, right? But this is going to change here drastically over the next couple of days. As you see, Wednesday. So, you know, Everglades National Park, all this goodness over here on the West Coast is nothing. And they've got light winds, so you're not going to have very murky water. You're looking at good stuff, right? Down in the lower Keys, same stuff, man. You've got this. So this here also. So I said 2 to 4, right? But look at our wave direction. This is a northeast swell. You'll see what I mean once we go and we look at the description of the waves here in a moment. And this northeast swell is going to carry on all week. So Wednesday afternoon, 2 to 3, northeast swell. What's this swell means? This means we're going to have 7 seconds or so between our waves. So just bear with that. Thursday, lessening, West Coast, same stuff. Lower Keys, shallow water, looking nice. Biscayne Bay, not bad. So these are, again, 2 to 3 foot swells, which means it's not chop. We're going to have wind being agreeable with us, and it's going to, lay the seas down. It's not going to be crazy madness out there. Thursday afternoon, same thing. Let's head into Friday. So our seas are 2 feet or less out a good 5-6 miles. If you could see in between BOCA, Freeport, you could actually probably make that run in a better sized boat and not have too much trouble. Same thing from Miami to Alistown. So again, these are swells. Northeast swell. Over on the West Coast, they got a southeast swell. So again, it's looking good all over. Like I said, if you're out here in the middle grounds, that's good stuff. Friday afternoon, same stuff, 2 to 3. Fish, yes, fish. I agree. Saturday, 2 to 3, less than 2 to 3. I need some fish. Me too. I haven't been fishing since January 1st. Last fish I caught was a 40-pound golden jowlfish. You sidetracked me. All right, 2 to 3. Hi, Chloe. My daughter is back in the feed, everyone. Seasick is here. All right, 2 to 3 feet, right? So again, now notice this on Saturday, our waves are turning less from that northeast swell to easterly. So you have to bear in mind, but the height of the waves is going to lessen. Saturday afternoon, it's even getting more flat over here in our, Big Bend area off the, the national park side of the Keys. You're looking at great stuff if you're into fishing over there. Out off the Keys, not bad either, too. It's actually less than it is up on the East Coast. So, weather go burr. I agree. Weather does go burr. It's not cold, though. All right. Sunday. Same stuff. Very light seas. Less than 2 feet, folks. So, this weekend, the weather is agreeing with us. So, get out there. And again, we're going to have the shift in the seas from that northeast swell to more easterly, southeasterly waves. But as you can see from here, the seas are going to be lightweight stuff. So Sunday afternoon, again, look at this. If you wanted to run from Miami to Bahamas, it's doable. Definitely. Just always be careful on that run if you're doing it. And all the way up the coast, all the way up the East Coast, it's light stuff. So, guys, this is the weekend. You couldn't ask for more, man. A holiday, a 3-day weekend, and great weather. Let's look at the holiday. Same sea. The seas pick up a little bit on Monday, right? So, but we're still looking at 2 foot or less. Let's see. Great stuff, bud. I enjoyed your videos the last few years. Do you have contact info? Love to get you on the boat. West, ooh, red snapper. I'd love to do that. Out of St. Pete. Hey, yes, once I am back in action, I will hit you up, Danny. Email me. My email is in the description of the videos. Give me an email, and we'll see what we can do to do something like that. Hopefully sooner than later. That'd be great. All right. So yeah, 2 feet or less Monday. All up and down the coast, Big Bend, everywhere's looking good. And as the day warms up and heats up, the waves are seeming to subside a little bit too. Into Tuesday, again, another 2 foot or less day. So all weekend long into early next week, the waves, the ocean, everything looks like it's agreeing with us. So, yes, I love the little fish emoji. Don't be funny. Again, seasick in the feed. All right. Another one with the fish emoji. Thank you. All right. So now, more importantly, folks, let's look at our rain. From what I understand, the rain has happened for the week. We are in a rainy season, which means, every afternoon you could be looking at thunderstorms, sort of popping up, right? But again, this is Florida. So think about it. A storm lasts for all of 5 to 10 minutes at this time of year. I know over the next few days, the rain chances of rain are going to be, not really there. Over the weekend, 20% chance of rain a couple of days, but not much. All right. So today, here we are right now. Inland storms, of course, like we said, we're in the rainy season. Tomorrow morning, not much out there. A few things out over the ocean. The Keys look like they'll be having some early morning showers and thunderstorms. As the afternoon progresses, again, inland. So remember, when you got this cool air colliding with hot air, that is what creates thunderstorms for all you scientists out there. All right, Thursday morning, not much going on, pretty dry, few scattered points of moisture all over. Thursday afternoon, again, storms over the land. Get used to seeing this pattern for the next, couple of months, right? And if you're offshore, and you're thinking about heading in and you see these storms, you might get a little wet when you head in. All right, Friday morning, nothing. A little bit of stuff on the West Coast. Friday afternoon. So we've got our wind, obviously, is going to blow. Probably shift directions, which is making these storms pop up over on the West Coast instead of towards the lake or on the East Coast. Saturday, not much. Like I said, Saturday and Sunday, I think they said there's like a 20% chance of rain. So I guess it looks like Tampa's getting all 20% of it in the morning. Saturday in the afternoon, not much going on. So, Saturday's looking like a great day, man. Again, the wind, the waves, the rain. Hey, get out there and get you some fish. This is, I'm hoping to have a great post-Memorial Day fishing report next weekend, seeing what the weather's looking like. Hopefully the fish agree and they're hungry and they bite. All right. Yeah. Sunday, again, another one of those nothing much happening days, just a few scattered, spotty, storms with the chance of thunderstorms. Monday, nice. A little bit of offshore stuff in the morning. In the afternoon, not much. Looks like we got some weather coming down from the north, but we'll see if that turns into a front or what that is. Yep. So it looks like it's heading down, right? So that's coming down Tuesday. Later in the day, Tuesday, it'll probably be hitting here. And happy Tuesday, I mean you, them. Same to you. And so Tuesday, yeah, we'll probably looking at getting a little bit of weather Tuesday afternoon. All right, so that is windy, folks. Let's move on and start looking at some graphics when it comes to the waves and everything else that we understand when it comes to the weather. All right, so this is just our the numbers and the directions, right? So here we go. Today, right now, easterly, northerly, below 10 miles an hour. Wave directions from the northeast, 7-second period, right? So I told you we got a northeast swell. Tomorrow, easterly, northeasterly, starts out in the morning dead, picks up as the afternoon onshore breeze, northeast waves, 2 feet, 7 seconds. Again, like I said, we got that northeast swell. It is going to hang out we'll see. I think it's going to hang out for a better part of the week. Thursday, again, variable winds, northeasterly, easterly into Friday, starts turning southerly, but then easterly. Low single digits to start out with in the morning, and it picks up into low teens in the afternoon. This is your typical summer pattern. Onshore breezes. Again, northeast swell, 2 feet, 7 to 8 second period. Friday, same thing, dead in the morning, picking up in the afternoon. Northeast swell, 2 foot or less, looking good with an 8 second period. Man, Friday going into the weekend is looking beautiful. Then Saturday, our wind switches southeast, heading into Sunday, southeast, southwest, a little bit of shifting here and there going on. And again, northeast swell heading easterly in the afternoon, right? 7 seconds, 1 foot, like it's less than 2 feet, Saturday and Sunday. Looking beautiful. And then our waves start heading easterly and southeasterly on Sunday. So looks like we might be heading into the mahi fishing stuff going on. When you got that wind blowing from the southeast, the waves from the southeast, that's when you get all your debris, your weed lines and everything heading in, and it's go time to get the mahi. But again, if you look here, our second, we've got seas less than 2 feet at 6 seconds and shortening up to 4 seconds. So it will start, get a little bump out there. But then again, that's fishing. Those days where the ocean's like a lake and it's 800 degrees out there and dead flat, those are some of the roughest fishing conditions you can have. Monday, southerly to southeast sort of wind going on. Same thing on Tuesday. A little bit of variation in there, not much. Below 10 miles an hour, heading into the high teens afternoon. Like we said, onshore breezes. Tuesday, a little bit rougher, a little bit more breezy going on. We got southeast waves for both days, less than 2 feet. Less than 2 feet, I would say. And a period of between 5 and 4 or 5 seconds, pretty average. All right. So those are our waves for, if we're looking at the numbers side of it and the reality of it between just a graphic showing us. All righty. So that's that. Now we're going to head to our buddies NOAA and read about the waves. And remember, NOAA is very general, but again, we'll see if they're going to jive and back up with this period. They're fairly good at giving the period. The wave sizes and the winds are very iffy. All right. Tonight, we'll look at tomorrow. 5 to 10, seas 2 to 3 feet. We got a north 2 foot at 7 seconds. There we go. So they're agreeing with the north swell. Thursday, 5 to 10, seas 2 to 3, northwest, 2 foot at 7 seconds, 2 foot at 8 seconds. So yeah, they're saying that swell is going to hang out through Thursday. Friday, they're saying the seas are going to be 2 feet or less, but the wave direction is going to shift to the southeast, be 1 foot at 3. So they're saying there's going to be a confused sea. You're going to have some waves coming from the southeast, some coming from the northwest, 7 seconds. So northwest swell and southeast 1 foot. So weird little confusion of the sea going on right there. So Friday, that's Friday. Saturday, south winds 5 to 10, more 10 to 15 in the stream, 2 foot or less. Again, so they're jiving with what everybody else is saying. That's pretty good. At least we don't have two completely different weather forecasts. Sunday, they're saying 5 to 10, 10 to 15 in the stream, picking up in the afternoon, what they said, 2 feet or less. So we're looking at great conditions to get out on the boat and go do some slaying this weekend, folks. Again, and it's going to carry over into Monday. So for those of you that, work the 40, you got 3 days to get out there and do it. Monday more than likely being the craziest of all of them. So just, be careful what you do out there. The authorities, I'm sure, are going to be looking to pick off those of you that are out there being naughty and have been kicking back a few of them, or maybe more than a few of them. Hey, everybody's a pirate, right? All right, let's look at our moon phase, folks. Today, let me pull this up here. We are just past the full moon. No, actually, we're heading towards the full moon. Shows you what I know. Let me open it up. That way I can be right and share in what I don't know. All right. So we are waxing right now, 96%. Again, to explain the moon real quick, waxing means you're heading towards the full moon. Waning means you're heading away from the full moon. Right now, 96% waxing. Tomorrow, 99 waxing, which means that is Wednesday. Thursday, full moon. So if you're into doing your wahoo trolling, the weekend is going to be it, because you'll be just past the full moon. Friday, we're at 99% waning. Saturday, 96% waning. Sunday, 91% waning. The best wahoo fishing, if you are trolling that moon, is a few days before or a few days after, considering the weather conditions and what it's going to look like if you're into high-speed trolling. These are going to be the days to get out there and start doing it. If not, pull that planer, see if you can get you some jumbos on there. I saw somebody, I don't even know where it was. I looked at it right before the show started. They caught a 94-pound wahoo using sea spook baits. I'm not sure where they caught it out of, but that's a jumbo-sized wahoo for these waters. All right, this is Wednesday. So that's our moon phases, folks. We're heading into the full moon. So again, just keep that in mind. The pilchard run, the full moon, these fish are going to be eating all night. So if you're struggling, just bear that in mind. Get those pilchards. The live bait is a real thing. Right now, it is putting a damper on the trolling. All right, let's look at our tide and see if the tide is going to be on your side or not. Here we go. All right, here's our tide. So today, let's look at tomorrow. We're looking at just the tide ending just after the sun comes up. Rather tricky to get out there and do it. But then again, we could have a good slack tide fishing. You never know. In the afternoon fishing looks best for jetty fishing and inlet fishing out there when your tide is actually it's in the morning. The late morning is your jetty fishing and your inlet fishing. You want the tide to be going out always. If you're fishing an inlet or a jetty, you want the tide to be going out. If the tide is coming in and it's raising, you're going to get nothing. If the tide's going out and falling and pushing all the water and the food and the debris out so that the predators come in and eat it, that's what you want. That's how you get the hits and the bites. Anybody who's ever fished a jetty and said, man, I ain't catch nothing, the first thing you ask them is, what was the tide doing? If they say, oh, it was coming in, you say, yeah, that's why you didn't catch nothing. Your tide has to be going out if you're fishing a jetty. All right, as we move further down the week, Thursday, we're at mid-tide. Again, our tides flow every 6 hours, 6 hours of falling, 6 hours of rising. Thursday morning, as the sun comes up, you're about mid-tide. Same thing Friday with a rising tide. So you don't want to go and fish that inlet. The water flow will be going the wrong way. Get out there, get over the reefs, do what you got to do. And as the day wanes on, then you can start hitting those mouths where that water flow will be heaviest. Saturday, again, mid-tide. So, the tides are going to do something funky. So think about this. We've got all the elements on your side, but the tides. So if then again, we could have a great slack tide bite. It's hard to say. Some people swear by the slack tide. Other people swear by the pool of water. I like the water flow personally. So that's what we got going on with our tides, folks. Not much. The tides aren't in your favor when it comes to fishing this weekend. But the wind, the waves, the rain, everything for this holiday weekend is looking great. So that's about it. All right, folks. This one's been pretty fun, and I'm looking forward to everybody blowing out the Facebook page with some great catches this coming weekend. And again, before we sign off, I just want to invite everybody, if you have Facebook, do yourselves a favor. Jump on the South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report, which is what makes this live show run every week. You tell us what's going on. I come on, report it, give you the weather, and keep you in the bite. So if you got Facebook, go on ahead, you want to join the group, It'll ask you 2 simple questions. One, do you agree to the rules, which is, being nice and, no YouTube videos, none of that nonsense going on. And the second one is, what's your favorite fish to catch? I mean, some people are great. They got answers like the ones that bite my hook. Anyway, yes, join the Facebook page. It's got all the stuff. Every Monday, I post a thing where you can put all your catches. Also, Tuesday before the show, or if you just randomly feel like going on and posting your catch, hey, any information everyone gives is always welcome. And that is what makes this show run and, makes this is literally, I've done some research and, there's quite a few reports out there, but this is the real deal, folks. And I think everyone who contributes, who shows up every week and has, contributes and makes this so that it can happen. Thanks, guys. Let's see. We got a question here before we sign off. Has the number of snapper catches increased for the season? It's stayed consistent. It's staying hot. I see the yellowtail snapper. They're fired up, right? The mutton snapper are still biting. Remember, like I said earlier in the show, reef fishing is some of the most tricky stuff that you're going to try and get involved in. Any number of elements that are out of whack will mess up your reef fishing. You've got the wind. If the wind's a variable wind, right? Your current can be tricky stuff, right? You can have wind actually giving you a current up top and have nothing 10, 15 feet below, which means, you're chumming and the chum goes and then it falls straight down. So you're not actually chumming it. And, the water temperature affects the reef, your wind, your current. If you've got a north or a south current, you can literally have a day of yellowtail fishing planned out and go hit up the reef and all of a sudden, there's no current. That just ruined your complete plan that you have. So plan B always, So, hopefully you got some jigs and hopefully you got some trolling in mind if that happens. But to answer your question, yes, the snapper bite is really happening. The lane snapper, the mangroves, the yellowtails, the muttons, they're all biting. And if you are into, yes. Thank you. If you're into vermilions, you got to go and find them too. All right, folks. I want to thank Seasick and all of her friends that have showed up. Everybody having fun with the emojis. All right. So please, yes, be very safe this weekend. Don't do too much partying while you are out there. Wait until you get home and you got a knife in your hand and you're filleting the fish to do that partying. Anyway, all jokes aside, folks, thanks for showing up. We will see you next Tuesday. Till then, South Florida Saltwater Fishing Report. Going wherever the cool wind takes it.